Good morning. Myself Ashigla Devi, Assistant Professor in Rovani College of Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to discuss about the subject Object-Oriented Java Programming. In this subject, today we are going to discuss about constructors in Java. So what is a constructor? A constructor is a special method in Java. It is used to initialize object. So here the constructor name should be same as that of the class name. For example, if the name of this constructor, if the name of the class is student means the name of the constructor should be student. And the constructor do not have return data type. Normally when you are using functions we have return data type, but when you are using constructors we should not use return data types. And what are the features of constructor? It is automatically called when an object is created, and it is used to assign initial values, and it can be overloaded, and it is useful and it improve the code reusability and readability. And what are the types of constructor? We have default constructor, no argument constructor, parameterized constructor, and copy constructor. So default constructor, it's provided automatically by Java compiler, so it has no parameter, so it assigns the default value. And no argument constructor means if you are not assigning any value to the constructor means it is called as no argument constructor. So in this program, student is a class, so student of is a constructor. So where inside the constructor I have printed a line called constructors called. Then how I can call the constructor? By creating an object. So how to create an object? Class name space object is equal to new class name of. So here student is a class name, S1 is the object. So when we invoke that object, automatically the constructor is called. Parameterized constructor means it has parameters. When we invoke the constructor, we have to pass the parameter. For example, here we have passed the parameter as 5, an integer value is 5. So automatically it calls the parameter constructor with one argument. So if you want to call a constructor with two arguments means you have to pass two values. For example, you have to call it a student of 2, 5 means it automatically calls two argument constructor. And constructor overloading means if multiple constructor used in the same class means it is called constructor overloading. And there are different number of types of parameters. Based on the number of parameters and the type of parameters, we can overload a constructor. For example, student of is a no argument constructor, student of integer id is a non argument constructor, student of integer id and string name is a 2 argument constructor, where we have overloaded the constructor by changing its number of arguments and changing the type of parameters. And next, the difference between constructor and method. The constructor has the same as name as the class name, and method we can use any name. And for constructor there is no return data type. For methods we have return types, and constructor is called automatically when we create the object, and method should be called explicitly. So advantages of this constructor is it is easy for object initialization, and it reduces the code duplication, and it supports object-oriented programming and also improve program structure. So in this lecture we have discussed about the constructors, and which is very important for object creation, and here Java supports different types of constructors. So the constructors mainly used to improve the code efficiency and readability. So thanks for listening. Thank you.